I'm back! Welcome to Game Reactor Live, the #1 Game Reactor live stream.
One and only.
Yes, the best. We are, as you can see behind us, going to do Call of Duty in a little bit. I'm joined here by Dory.
Yes.
I'm Nick. And we're going to introduce some more people in a little bit. But of course, because it's Friday, we are going to do some news discussions.
Yes. And I actually thought we had some news background for the TV. I'm having some feedback here from Google.
But anyway, we are joined through the wonders of the interwebs by our favorite people in the world. The first one, I see him right here, Mr. Bengt Lemne.
Yes.
Hello, Bengt.
Hello.
Maybe put some headphones on, Bengt. We're getting a lot of echo and feedback. If you have some.
Bengt doesn't do headphones.
I'll see if I can sort something out.
Are we? Is our other guest here?
Not yet.
Okay, so it's Mr. Bengt Lemne for now. We're going to be joined by Mike as well from Game Reactor UK, and we're going to be joined by Arttu, our Finnish editor. And just like I'm back, he's back because we have been in London together checking out a brand new Lord of the Rings game. So you'll get all the details from Arttu in a little bit.
Yes, Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor.
Yes. Yes. So that will be one of the news stories we are discussing. Of course, we want to hear your opinion as well. So if you have some comments on the news stories we're discussing, or maybe a news story that we are missing out that we should discuss from this week. We're trying to cover all the big stories from this week. Then let us know in the chat. That goes for both the chat on the Game Reactor web page, and I'm going to try to check the YouTube page as well. That's why I have this handy laptop right here, trying to cover it all. But should we, is Arttu on the...
So far, we only have Bengt posted an invite for Arttu, but
maybe we should move on to the second news story and wait a little bit with the Lord of the Rings thing then.
No, you're good. We're having problems with Mike.
Well,
and
not
Arttu.
Sound problems at least. There's always a little bit.
There's always a little bit of a problem with you, but.
I think, is it feedback from yourself?
No,
I think it's good now.
It's good. We fixed it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we can hear you. Yeah, and welcome to everybody in the chat. Let's move right into. Let's skip into what probably is the biggest news story of the week. That I don't really know a lot about. It kind of blew up while I was in London, it sounds like. Came back, wasn't a lot online, and I hear a lot of things has been going on with the whole Candy Crush, King versus the World, Stoic, and I just hear all these words and I don't want to know what's going on. So maybe, Bengt, you can enlighten people like me who have been a little bit off the radar. What is all this?
There's a lot that's going on. I mean, the first thing that happened was I think it was an EU trademark thing where King were handed the Candy
what is King?
Trademark. King is well, I think if they're not the biggest, they're the second biggest social game publisher. They've got games like Candy Crush Saga, Bubble Witch Saga, a lot of Saga games, and we'll get to that later. But Candy Crush Saga, of course, is one of the highest-grossing games in this sphere at the moment. I think it takes in like $3.5 million a day, something like that. So it's big business, huge company, and it's located here in Sweden. I know they have different offices, but here's like where it started. And basically, they won a trademark for candy, which sounds ridiculous. It's for video games and clothes, I think. And basically what it affords them is the ability to go after companies who use candy in their app titles to, you know, piggyback ride from from Candy Crush Saga's success.
Okay, so if I went
that's
out
all-
and made a game that was called Candy Call of Duty, then they would come after me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not only
Yeah.
that.
And the story that surfaced was on Gamasutra. There was a developer, and I cannot say the title of this game because it was like 9 different searchable phrases. But he was complaining that King had sent him a letter of intent that he needed to change the title of his game. It had candy, it had casino, slots, something like that in it. Blast. I don't know what the game was called. It was basically a slot machine where you had different candies and you would try and line them
Okay.
up. It's a very simple game, and perhaps one of those games that I don't really care if Apple throw them off the App Store, because clearly they're trying to make a little money off of someone else's.
Some people would be happy if they got thrown
game.
out.
King being
exactly.
one of them.
I mean, there's plenty of that around on App Store, and that is why companies like King need to go after trademarks to be able to protect these things. And I don't really have a problem with that. If you have a game on App Store that is called something, and then the title is Candy Slots on the sort of where you, I mean, the shortened title was Candy Slots. I don't really see a problem with King going after that, because I think it's quite clear that they're sort of trying to get at their sort of the risk, of course, is bad games that will dilute the brand.
But he was trying, or the company were trying to trademark the word candy in itself.
They have.
They got that.
That is kind of crazy, though.
Yeah.
No, but it's not the word it's word in direction with the video game. So video game and clothes, I think.
But that so I can't make any sort of video game that is called anything with candy.
You can, but it's gonna. That's what. Then they will put a legal process in place to see what's.
Okay, so if it's something
the same
that
thing.
is similar to that game that they're making, then I would be in.
It doesn't need to be similar to that game, really. The title is enough for them to sort of start the legal process, and that's what we're getting to a little bit later on. But and this is the exact same thing that happened with Bethesda and Mojang when Bethesda challenged their use of scrolls. Because of course Elder Scrolls. Yeah. So this is all fine. You can argue that it's a too generic term to have a trademark
I
on.
would.
But it doesn't really matter, because if they had a trademark on Candy Crush Saga, they could go after this anyway, because it's similar, and they're trying to, whatever. The next thing that happened, of course, is that they also have trademarks for the various Saga games, and
here's where it gets kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, basically they don't have the trademark for Jest Saga. They cannot, because I think there are other games that would sort of block that. But they do have trademarks for the sort of their what they call their line of Saga games, and basically they argued, and in part they argue because you want to protect yourself. If you don't challenge someone else's trademark filing, and this was Stoic, they filed for the Banner Saga. If you don't challenge that when you think that there is something similar, the next time someone else is doing it and they're a little bit closer, you're not going to have as strong a case. So you have to sort of protect your trademark by. It's not necessarily that they will win. And
no, but they kind of have to go for it to keep their trademark.
Yeah. It's lawyer stuff, and it's a strange way how it works, and it's really a costly system, because for an indie like Stoic, it's unthinkable that they would be able to go to court with King. It would just cost them
but it's also it's like,
because it's the legal fees would be so it's what it amounts to is someone trying to bully another one into submission. And I'm not sure that Kings are saying that they're not going to go after Stoic and blah blah blah, but it remains the fact that they're blocking the trademark filing, which could cost Stoic money because then, you know, obviously they're going to have problems.
Yeah, but I mean,
getting that
there
through.
should be some sort of you know, connection with the name and the type of the game, because with the Candy games it's kind of understandable because they were blatant copies, basically.
I get that.
But with the Banner Saga, it's a completely different
But also, if
type of
I
game.
make a game that's called Racing for Candy Pigs, and it's a racing game, and there's a pig on one of the cars, and then there's candy in the title, and they're like, oh, candy game.
Yeah, a king comes after you, and Angry Birds comes after you.
Yeah. It's like...
I mean, that's the case. If whoever holds the trademark has enough money, they can set in motion legal processes that.
That's great. And Forza will come after me because it says Forza Racing or something. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Can we bring Bengt's video off the stream? I'm gonna try to get Mike and Arttu on the stream, but keep on talking, Bengt. We'll still have your audio.
All right.
Yes.
I'll keep on talking. Anyway, this is of course not the end of the story, because the internet being the internet and King being sort of
just
the new Saga in that
video off the stream.
People love to hate
but keep his
Saga in
audio.
the past, and now King is like the new Saga. So everyone everyone loves to pour on the hate, and once this ball got rolling, a lot of different things happened. Some indie developers started something called Candy Jam.
That's hilarious.
Game jam with only games called
and Saga in it as well,
which of course is fun. And then what's even more interesting is there was this indie developer who revealed the story of how their game got ripped off by King after having negotiated a deal over publishing. Then they opted to go with someone else, and according to their story, King moved swiftly to make a clone and release that game, and thereby hurting them quite a lot, obviously. So that's another thing. And of course, like, you know, everyone is quick to point out that, well, Candy Crush Saga is sort of like Julia, you know.
No.
So yeah, it is sort of like that. I mean, I can appreciate what they're doing with Candy Crush Saga, because I had no idea you could bring that much variation into the match 3 puzzler. And I'm not saying that it's not a game without merits, even though it's very annoying to get all those invites on Facebook and whatnot. But you know, it's like, if indeed that story is true, I mean, it's not a befitting way to act when you're you know, it's not that long ago that King was a small player, and that I think there's a lot of the people who work at King, you know, they come from this small indie background, and their companies got bought up or whatever, and yeah, I mean, if it's true, all of this that's been said, it's not a very pleasant thing. And we also saw that Notch, of course, of Minecraft fame, who worked at King before his Minecraft blew up and he started Mojang. He was very saddened by this whole development, and posted you know, a tweet that where he wanted King to stop with this destructive behavior because they're killing gaming or something like that. And that is really what it, you know, I in a way I think that this thing they did to that indie developer, Scamper Ghost, I think was the game. I mean, it was a very simple concept, really, something that's not unique in a way, but that kind of behavior isn't befitting a company of any size or any.
But I think it gets worse when it's a bigger company.
And even though
if a smaller company does it, it doesn't really have an effect. But if you see like King or even like a Microsoft, Apple, or Sony do something like this, it's even worse, I think. But I love seeing someone like Notch. Like he has gotten so economically independent, and still like he doesn't care about what other people say or do. That he just does what he does, and like it's the same. You see him sometimes on the Humble Bundle page, and it's like the top buyer is like $500, and then he just drops $10,000.
Yeah. Oh, and I would like to welcome Mike and Arttu into the Hangout. I finally got it working. Welcome.
Hello.
And Mike.
Mike, are you there?
Yes.
Yay.
Can you hear me?
Great. All right. Do you guys have any comment on this King versus the World? I feel like this could be like a movie.
I've resisted the urge to taking myself down to deep hole and changing my name to Mike Candy Crush Saga Holmes, but
would have been nice. But I really like the game jam that they're doing with indie devs making like 2-day games where it has to have candy and saga and scrolls in the title. Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't know if it was mentioned earlier. I think the thing that's perhaps most surprising to me was the word saga, was when they went after the banner saga, because obviously the definition of the word saga is effectively an epic Viking story. And
the old Icelandic sagas.
How a game about matching tweets went up against a game about an epic Viking story over the use of the word saga just melted my brain somewhat.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's what sort of the law does. I mean, it's not logical in any way. It's
yeah, who's first and who's loudest?
I don't know. I can understand the argument that King actually stated for that, but in the same way, the effect of it is just stupid.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
All right, I think we should move into the story we were going to start out with, because we are joined here by
Arttu, editor-in-chief of Finland.
Yes. Of Game Reactor Finland. He's working on conquering Finland, but I think he's a little way off.
There yet.
So Arttu, we were in London at Warner to see a game. Can you explain to the wonderful people in the stream what we went to see?
Well, we were invited by Warner Games and Monolith Productions to see the new Tolkien inspired, I guess would be the right word, game Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, which we got to see quite a bit of. We didn't get to play it hands-on, but we did get to see about hour and a half worth of live footage of the gameplay. So we got a pretty nice picture of what it's going to be. It's going to be pretty inspired by Assassin's Creed and Batman Arkham series, but it's definitely going to have certain elements that hopefully will raise it from the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they showed a very polished trailer first, or gameplay clip, where it looked very close to done. Yeah. And then afterwards they were actually, which we talked about at the event Arttu, that they were very kind to show a pretty, felt open part of the game. Like, it felt like you had most of the game there, and they were like, you could see things weren't done, but they showed what they had.
So they showed the open world with this is an idea of what you'll be.
Exactly, and let us, actually they were asking several times during the presentation, what do you want to do, who do you want to go after?
Oh, okay.
And we're also about interviews. You can see the interview. Did you manage
we just published the interview 20 minutes ago, so check that out on the site.
Both in that and when we talked to the dev after the interview off camera, very open about the game and about its inspirations as well. They weren't really inspired by Assassin's Creed and Batman, but as he talked about that,
arguably
they were like, if this combat system works, why change it to something that's worse? Yeah. This is a good combat system. Like, these different elements in the game, or they thought were good, and I mean, why choose not to have them if it's good?
Yeah.
Yes, and they were really. It was nice that they seemed to like to listen to our feedback, and we sure offered a lot of it after the interview and the presentation, and we made a point by point list of okay that we didn't like and that we liked, and it was quite refreshing to have such openness with and dialogue with the
something I would like to clear up. Okay, so the game is it's outside the Tolkien lore.
No, what it is,
it's not canon.
It's well, the whole. I don't know if like Tolkien's kids are going to consider it canon or where. It basically it's planned to be released around when The Hobbit comes out. The last part is coming out December this year.
Yeah.
And it takes place after The Hobbit, but before Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, so like 60 years before Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Or something like that.
And this is nothing that we've seen in any of the films.
Oh.
But it's I think it was based on some of the Silmarillion stuff. Do you remember that, Arttu?
Well, it's not exactly on Silmarillion. The story is their own story. I think it's based directly on the movie license, but because the story is pretty original. It's basically another chapter, but you can argue as long as you want about which part, which is canon and which is like proper Tolkien lore. This is they pretty much said straightforwardly that it's their own story and they are not trying to force it as correct lore.
And another thing, it's single player open world RPG. One thing that I thought I was the most fascinated about was the Nemesis system that they outline in the 8-minute long gameplay trailer, and I guess you got a little bit more insight into that at the event. So Arttu, maybe what is the Nemesis system all about, and how does it tie into the actual story of the game?
Well, I think the Nemesis systems, you could describe it as a framework of the enemies. Like they have modeled the Sauron's orc armies in a hierarchy, and by defeating and interrogating and getting intelligence on those ranks, you find out the various strengths and weaknesses of the enemies, and then you can go after them. But the main point, I think, of the system is that they basically procedurally generate the enemies. So every rank of enemies, even the lowly footmen, are generated with an original level and abilities and so forth. So basically, if they manage to kill you, they gain levels and maybe new abilities, and maybe get promoted to a lieutenant position or something like that. And after the game plays on, you will start to see a lot of changes in the
like the show in the gameplay that were put here up on the screen. They show you how you take over one of the orcs, and you send him on an assassination mission. But then when you fight the main boss, the Orthoc, the Troll Slayer, he actually comments on actions that you've done before in the game.
What happens there is that you can this is actually an ability you'll learn way into the game. Yeah. So you don't have that right away. Basically, you'll have a couple of abilities in the beginning, but you can scout when you find like an elite, I would call it, and they will have different ranks. And you can choose whether, and now I know of one of these bosses, whether I want to just go after him, or if I want to find another guy that can give me more information. Then you could learn his weaknesses and his strengths, so you could know, this guy is, I can't sneak up on him, he will just counter me, or can I do a stealth attack on him? And in this way, we learn some information on this guy, and this is not like a final boss. This is just a guy that's higher up in the ranks. Yeah. And then he will comment on it, and even if you've died and you've fought him before, he will reference, "Oh, I beat you last time, and you didn't like fire," or something like that.
Yeah. That's what I think is really interesting because so these bosses or middlemen are procedurally generated for each playthrough, and they comment on your interactions with them, and it's all voice acted as well.
They were very proud of that.
That's going to be big.
And this guy you're fighting here now, if you don't manage to beat him, he will move up another step as well. So it's not just the lowest guys, but every time you die, there's a chance that people will move up in ranks. And we asked them about the story, but this is something so they didn't really want to talk about the actual story, but just this is kind of the frameworks that works around the story. There will be a bigger story that ties in to. That was the thing we asked them directly. Is this tied into the films or to the books or what? And the thing that Arttu also mentioned, because they take stuff that is more general things, and I think there's from both films and books, then they're not really locked into either of them, and they can kind of do what they want to do in this period where that hasn't been covered a lot between the two series that we're seeing now. Yeah, and from what I understand from the what they did say about the story is that you are playing a ranger that is killed or not killed by a wraith as well, and his family as well. So you turn into a wraith yourself, and that's how you have those abilities. You start out with a couple of them, and then you'll, just like any game, you'll get more throughout the game. And the ability we saw here to take over and send him the guy on the assassination mission is something you learn later in the game. Okay. But you basically play two characters. Yeah. Not quite split personality. It's more like two entities combined. In that way, it is a combination of Arkham and Assassin's Creed as well. You kind of have some of these detective vision abilities that you see in Arkham, but it maybe lore-wise is maybe closer to what you see in Assassin's Creed with the eagle vision. Okay. Is there anything you want to add to that, Arttu?
The Nemesis system, I think, is really one of the key features of the game. And I think it's good that it's ambitious, but of course it also there were some aspects of it that felt a little gamey, when they basically, in the worst case scenario would be that it would be very much the enemies would be very much almost kill collectibles or something like that. But I really do hope that they managed to pull it off, because
it's the thing we saw. Even though they let us choose something, we still only saw that way. Although it did feel like it wasn't very planned what options we got. One of the things they also mentioned is when you get higher up in the ranks, we would want to go up. There was 4 or 5 of the top guys. I'm assuming there'll be a final boss after that. But so we wanted to. The problem is we can't really defeat him. As that will kind of take place afterwards. Spoiler. So we wanted to go after one of the big guys, and we killed one of his bodyguards. And we were like, okay, are we going to go after the second bodyguard, or are we going to go after the boss? And the thing that we were told there is, if you go after a guy and he has bodyguards and you haven't killed him, then they will show up and protect him when you go for that boss. So there's this whole tactical thing. Do you want to spend time on scouting enemies?
Yeah, making an easy kill.
Yeah, do I want to kill the bodyguards first? I think he managed when he played it to actually kill the guy without actually really getting attacked by the bodyguards. So I think there's a lot of that, and that's that whole thing and the whole Nemesis system. How that if that works as well as it sounds, it'll be awesome. If it doesn't, the game is kind of built up on that, then it'll be a little less of a cool experience, I think. Yeah.
I did like about the fact that the enemies seem to have a little bit of a self-preservation will. That many of the enemies, when they had their every other normal minion had been killed, they tried to run away, and that's one thing I like, because it's usually that in game that the enemies don't have any kind of will to live. They just fall on their swords.
Yeah. I think that's it for that. For, of course, more coverage on it, go to our site or our YouTube channel for the
Arttu is writing something. We'll
extensive interview, and then there's going to be a text
video preview as well. We have the video interview. There will be a video preview. So
I think.
Yeah?
Can I interject? I think we need to mention the fact that there was a guy working at Capybara Games who accused Monolith.
Yeah, that's actually what we're gonna move on to next.
Code.
Yeah, but let's get into that.
Yeah,
Let's
okay.
explain what is going on.
Yeah. Basically, this guy who worked on Assassin's Creed 2 and spent 2 years looking at the game says that the developers of Shadow of Mordor has stolen animations straight out of.
To be fair,
2. Now, personally,
to be fair, he didn't say that they had stolen it. He said that there was code from Assassin's Creed 2 in it, but he assumed that there was some sort of license deal or something like that.
Yeah.
Heavily inspired. His words. He said like that.
Well, I mean, I don't see how Ubisoft would license code from Assassin's Creed.
No, I just don't want to put words in his mouth. So his.
Yeah, but that's completely unthinkable.
Big sacks of cash, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, I'm not confident to say whether these animations have been ripped, or even if there's any difference between making the animations yourself and using the same, code. Can you tell?
Yeah, that's the thing he said. Where I'm is it possible? Like, can't you happen to it be very closer?
Yeah, how can you watch it and see that's my code?
Yeah, and like Assassin's Creed 2, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, no, they're aiming very
Yeah, that's
low
what I'm thinking. This was coming
so.
out for current gen and for next gen. Like that seems.
Yeah.
What we saw was next gen, I think. So that seems a little bit weird.
But I also think it's like we're looking at the whole game. I think he's looking at very minute details of animations. Where he sees things that he feels are exactly like.
Yeah, some details in the assassination
Creed,
animation or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the air assassinations, I think, with what he was questioning.
Yeah. And of course, we don't know if part of that could be placeholder.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I mean, that's also a possibility. So, but it's very interesting, and of course, it's not the kind of publicity that you'd want for a game as you're finally unveiling it.
No, that's true.
So.
It was interesting because in the panel at the presentation, it was very quickly brought up, the whole Assassin's Creed inspiration looking thing, and that was one of the things they're very open about. Yeah, we can see how it reminds you of Assassin's Creed, and I think the guy said that he had actually worked on Assassin's Creed previously, and he could see it, but he actually thought that it was closer to Arkham. So it wasn't that he was pushing away from like that it looked like other games, but he was like, well, I think most of it is more like this, and that was pretty nice that there wasn't one of the usual PR like, no, this is blah blah blah.
Yeah, we're reinventing the wheel.
All right, any further comments before we move on to the next topic outside this whole Shadow of Mordor thing?
I think I should mention also that Shadow of Mordor, while it's coming to basically almost every console and platform, it's still only developed to the next-gen consoles and PC by Monolith. So, and we did ask about the who's developing the old gen or X-gen versions, but they couldn't tell that in that point. But basically, if you're hoping that it's going to be, is it a next-gen game? It definitely feels, even though it feels a little bit like in between, like in this transition period, it's still like I had the like, okay,
it's like they're making a next-gen game and then getting another developer to port it to current gen.
Yeah, I mean,
that's good that they have focus on the next-gen game. I think that's a good thing.
All right, thank you for joining us, Arttu, and have a nice weekend.
Yeah, you too.
All right, the next story we're going to get into is the whole thing with YouTubers being paid for doing content. Mike, can you explain what this is about? It started out with Microsoft, correct?
Well, yeah, Machinima. It was the story came when it was when the contracts were revealed that showed that YouTubers were being financially incentivized to speak positively, and that's the key thing here, positively about Xbox One games. Now, it was a very limited window for this promotion. We're talking very small sums of money in the big scheme of things. But I think the reason why it became a bit notorious and why it's come to public attention is because but people were being asked not to reveal that they had accepted this deal, and that they were and disclose the agreement that they'd signed in the work that they were doing in exchange for money, and people then obviously that calls into question the credibility of the content.
Yeah, that's kind of what.
But since the initial.
No, sorry. Continue.
Go on. Well, since that has kind of that all kicked off, I think Microsoft then moved to clarify that they had no knowledge of the particular arrangement between the YouTubers and Machinima, who were doing the broadcasting. And then since then, EA is also, when something was flagged of a similar arrangement for EA, they basically released a statement that in a nutshell just said, yep, this is kind of normal standard practice. Although, to be fair, theirs was a little bit different. They didn't ask people to speak positively. They just asked people not to speak about glitches.
Not to be negative.
I think that I didn't see the Microsoft part. I haven't read their contract stuff, but I saw the story that you wrote about the EA thing on the EU side, and where it's more like they want people to post cool ways of their whole levelation or whatever.
Levolution on Battlefield.
Which totally makes sense, and I think that's fair enough. If you can make a good gameplay clip, then you get I mean, it's not that much money. I think that's fine. Where if you want people to say positive things, it's beginning to be a little bit.
Yeah, because the EA one, it's not asking for reviews or stuff like that. It's more like, hey, show the cool stuff that is available in our game. Yeah. But
but EA was way more money.
But the thing is, the thing that I take the issue with is when it says in the contract, don't disclose that it's that you are getting a promotion or money from us.
And I think that's the key as well, because Microsoft, what they said was that they wanted all the people who had received money to now note on that video that it's paid for advertising. And EA, what they noted was that everyone should adhere to, and they said that was in the part of their contracts, that everyone should disclose that this is being paid for. This is advertisement. So they're sort of protecting their backs here, and the fact is that I have never ever seen a YouTuber push a disclaimer that I'm getting extra money to do this.
I've seen a couple, but yeah, it's not.
Maybe in saying it when they're doing a let's play or something, or when they're giving out codes, but like for a small gameplay clip.
Yeah, it's rare for sure.
And the thing is, what inadvertently happened here, because someone wanted to damage Microsoft, obviously, by releasing the first contract. Very obvious that someone took offense and said, "Hey, what's this all about?" But what's really putting into place here is that Machinima, these kind of contracts are in play with everyone who is on Machinima. They're signing these kind of contracts, whether it says that they're positive or not. This is how they're getting paid. In addition to the normal YouTube stuff, which is fairly little money.
And instead of damaging Microsoft, it's kind of just damaging YouTubers
And
credibility.
Especially machinima,
Yes.
I would assume.
Yes, it puts into question everyone who releases YouTube clips. And I saw this video by Boogie where he actually came clean with everything, which I think was really nice. And you know, I'm sure there are YouTubers out there who are very credible and who really have the ethics and morals to sort of withstand the lure of money. But I also know that, you know, for every one of them, there's 10 of those who just happy to accept any money they can get to play video games.
Yeah.
I think that's ultimately what this has done is it's thrown a bit of light onto the financial side of how YouTube content is monetized and how people earn a living, you know, from playing video games online. Now, you know, we've had a lot of scrutiny over the last 18 months of on the standard journalistic channels for video games, and I think it's now that kind of inspection or introspection is kind of catching up with the content that's being broadcast on YouTube now, and they're getting the way that people are paying each other, or the publishers are paying content producers, is being more carefully analysed now than it ever has been before.
Yeah, it's good with some light on this, I think.
Because I mean, a lot of people have considered YouTubers to be kind of the Wild West, you know. All the media is paid for, and you go to YouTube for honesty, and now, hey, there's money involved.
I think there are problems with gaming media as well, but it's more institutionalized, and it's less likely to actually sip through and influence the coverage because it's more established.
I would argue that people who are working in YouTube are perhaps more vulnerable.
Yeah,
that's the way I would look at it. There's less of a buffer, you know. When somebody puts an advert on a major website, the writers have absolutely nothing to do with that. You know, we don't get. It's out of our job description.
Yeah, exactly.
We have nothing to do with it. The advert goes on the website, and we write our editorial, and there's no crossover. There's no blurring of the lines. Where people are operating independently, there is nobody standing between them and the people that would try and influence them. Because at the end of the day, companies like EA and Microsoft and every other publisher out there, it is their job to sell as many games as possible, to get as much positive coverage for their games as possible. And it's our job as an intermediary to kind of sift through the PR talk and kind of get to the truth of it. But for people who are, you know, working on very low incomes and have no systems in place to kind of protect their integrity, you know, so their integrity isn't being called into question every day, it can be, I think it can be a bit of a tricky situation that they're finding themselves in, where they are being offered these lucrative contracts to talk about games that they might not necessarily want to talk about, but you've got to put food on the table, and they're being offered these sums of money to play games like Battlefield or Call of Duty or whatever, you know, if you want to be a professional, if you want to make money out of something like this, then, you know, how many of these offers will you be able to turn down before you say, yeah, okay, I'll take the money? So I have sympathy for them. I think it's a horrible situation, but it's probably good that some light's been thrown on it now, and maybe some kind of regulation can be brought in the future.
And to fill in on what Mike's saying, I think an equal problem is it's probably not only affecting the smallest YouTubers. I would say it's probably the biggest ones are the ones who are getting the most attention, getting the most money, and they are also easily falling for this, because they could actually stand to make quite a lot of money. And you know, I'm getting a monthly paycheck. It doesn't really matter who I write about. I'm still getting that monthly paycheck. But if someone stands to make like 6 figures
Yeah.
for covering a certain games, or you know, there's a lot of money that could be thrown the big guys their way by doing this. So yeah.
All right, let's move right along to the next thing on our agenda, which is a shorter one, I think. It's the PlayStation Plus update. So I'll just quickly run down what games are leaving PlayStation Plus and which are coming in, and then I'll let you guys comment on them afterwards. So this is PlayStation Plus in Europe. Usually some of the games are the same, some of the games are different for the US and Europe. So leaving on the 29th of January is DMC Devil May Cry and Remember Me on PS3, Soul Sacrifice, Blast Blue Continuum Shift Extended, GTA Liberty City Stories PSP version for the Vita, and Don't Starve and Resogun on the PS4.
Yeah, so if you have PlayStation Plus and you haven't ticked those games, do it now.
Go do the buy for free thing.
Time to your account right now.
And then you can always download them later.
Yeah.
So entering PlayStation Plus, on the 29th of January, we have Metro Last Light and Bioshock Infinite for PS3. We have Dynasty Warriors Next and Mod Nation Racers Road Trip for the Vita. And then on the February 5th, Outlast on PS4. So yeah, guys, what do you think of this? This seems to be continuing to be a pretty good deal. And what games here do you think people should play if they haven't played them before?
Yeah, I think one cool thing to note, you know, obviously they're going for big games. Bioshock Infinite and Metro Last Light, both sort of not quite a year old, and you know, I think that's very good value for PS3 owners. At the same time, it's also interesting to note that they are not as many games. So perhaps that is because they're bringing in bigger games. They figure we don't need to put quite as many games in there. But it's also that, you know, PS4 is now just going to be 1 game instead of 2. So that for PS4 owners, it's not the best of deals, but at least they found a new game to put on there. So that's nice. And
until Gaikai.
Yeah.
I always wondered how they finance these PS Plus deals, and maybe you've touched on something there. There's less games, but they're bigger games. Maybe they're taking a bigger cut. Maybe it's costing more for them to reimburse 2K and Deep Silver for Bioshock and Metro. Maybe they're having to pay a little premium prices to get those games onto PS Plus.
Well, would you prefer these bigger games or more smaller games?
Not when I've already bought them, no. But yeah, I think there's a benefit. I think it's good for most players. Most players probably prefer it to be big titles and well-reviewed titles rather than a lot of small things that they may not have interest in. You know, at the same time, I'm really enjoying the way they do it on the PS4. I think it's really nice that they add 1 new indie each month, and it's a totally new game. I hope they continue with that so that I get 12 games in a year. I think that's an awesome thing, and something that should really be applauded, the way they handle it on PS4. I'm sure people would like bigger games on PS4 as well, but
we know that Drive Club we're going to get like a pretty substantial version of that for free.
We don't know how substantial.
What I remember as I think a very important thing is the version you get for free is enough to get the platinum. And one thing, whether you care about trophies or not, that says something to me about how
content rich it is.
That's enough of the game. You know, it sounds like it's more of a like DLC thing. You're not getting. You're missing some cars and some tracks.
There is some concern that this would be a Sony's sort of soft introduction of some sort of free-to-play model with a lot of microtransactions. So people are a little bit concerned about what that really means. I'm not sure. We didn't see it, and Drive Club rumored to be released in June. So it's going to be a while until we see what that actually was all about. I don't have a problem with it. I wouldn't mind seeing something like the Killzone multiplayer.
We've seen that before.
For free on PS Plus either. Yeah, it was free like
but also,
3 days at the end of the year.
Last year we had Killzone. Maybe that was the year before. We had the Killzone. I don't remember. I think it was the multiplayer. There was the single player of Starhawk you got for free in Plus, and you got the multiplayer of Uncharted 3, I think, at one point for free as well. So that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. No, and it's a good way to introduce people to the game, and yeah. But I mean, it's a great service, and I think at this point everyone should just get it. Even if you don't have a PS4 yet, you should get it. You'll see. I mean, there's enough games that you get for free that you
and there's the thing: if you are getting a PS4, you need it eventually to play online for most games.
Yeah.
And I'd say just get it now. It's not that much money. If you buy the games for free, like click buy, even though you don't download them, you can always download them again. If you stop subscribing and then eventually go back, you'll get all those games back. It's like any subscription. As long as you subscribe, you will be able to play those games.
Access.
Yeah, but it's only the games that you've clicked buy
you
on.
don't get them automatically. You have to be active in tying them to your account.
But so if you stop and then come back, then the games you had in the previous period you'll get again. So, yeah.
All right.
Moving on.
Yes.
People probably know this. Let's move right on.
The next story is a rumor that is saying that Watch Dogs is cancelled on the Wii U.
Okay, who's surprised?
Maybe a little bit. We'll see. This is a story that you posted on the EU side. Ben, can you explain what this is exactly?
Yeah. Well, basically, it's Italian GameStop have been reported as saying that Ubisoft had canceled the Wii U version of Watch Dogs 2, the people who pre-ordered the game at their stores. This could be a case of, information being prematurely released by them, something that is sort of coming up, or it could be the case that they're not going to stock this game and they're just saying this as sort of an excuse. But to be honest, it's not that surprising that given the sales of Wii U third-party titles, and I think Ubisoft have been one of those who sort of retracted a little bit of their support to the Wii U with Rayman Legends, and I know that we're not happy with the Blacklist sales. And also, I'm not sure exactly what developer is doing the Wii U version. I'm pretty sure that this was going to be a port that was done somewhere else than the main studio, and it could just be like Aliens Colonial Marines, that game just wasn't coming together. So there could be plenty of reasons why
I hope it's
cancel
not
it.
too similar to Alien Colonial Marines.
Maybe it's better it's not getting released then.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen anything of the Watch Dogs on Wii U, so they haven't really shown.
I think
it,
you're
so,
right about that whole version thing, because
we don't really know.
At this point, I'm assuming Watch Dogs is coming out this year. Then they must have been working on it. It's not like they're deciding now, oh no, we're not doing it.
Well, I mean, there could be a delay from the decision to not do it and the actual
definitely. That's what I'm thinking. This is something that has been decided way back, over some time ago, if it's not happening.
Well, I mean, they announced the Wii U version. When did they do that? I think it wasn't in the beginning. They actually announced it after the fact that they had announced the game.
But when they announced the game, they didn't really specify consoles, because PS4 and Xbox One wasn't announced.
They said it's going to be out on every console that's out.
Yeah.
But I suppose it could be one of those things where someone is working on the PS3, Xbox 360 version, and then someone else is going to take over that code when it's gotten to a certain point and port it to the Wii U. They got a concept going, and it's not really something that they're going to spend a full year on, maybe just 6 months or something. Yeah. So who knows? It could very well be that when they delayed it, they just decided, well, we're not going to do a Wii U version because it's not going to be worth it. Well, and that's it.
Anyway, I mean, like I said.
But who knows? I mean, it's just speculation, and Ubisoft haven't said either way right now. So for now, it's coming out, And one way to sort of vote with your wallet if you want it is to pre-order it, because that news will come back to Ubisoft, so they know that people actually want the game.
So don't despair just yet. Just open your wallet and order it if you own a Wii U.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't ship, you'll get the money back.
Yeah, yeah. Let's move right along and see if we can have time to just catch a couple of stories more before we move into Call of Duty. The next one is something that that is, I think, always good news. Announcement of new games. Yes. Paradox has announced 2 new games, Runemaster and Hearts of Iron 4. Bengt, can you tell us what these games are, starting with Runemaster?
Yes. Runemaster is quite surprising because it is, as with Hearts of Iron 4, it's being developed by Paradox Development Studios, who have for the last decade only done grand strategy games. So this is like it's not a first, because I think they did an RPG way back when they were there's not a lot of people in common in the studio since then, but it's sort of a new territory for them, and it's but it's, you know, it's, as you'd expect, it's very hardcore, very sort of old school, top down open world RPG, you know, Norse mythology.
It really fits into the...
and I expect it to be very deep, because...
Yeah, it seems to really fit into that niche that Paradox has carved out for themselves. Tied to history, kind of old schoolish, and the kind of philosophy also of, oh, if you're a casual player, you should stay away. This is too hard for you. Don't even try it. Wink, wink.
Well, we'll see about that, but I think it's going to be a little bit more accessible than their grand strategy games, because I can't see them ever making an RPG that's less accessible than that. So I don't think it's going to be quite. Mike may have some input on that, but moving along, what everyone expected them to announce, on the other hand, was Hearts of Iron 4. It's been a few years since Hearts of Iron 3, and this used to be their biggest franchise. These days, I think both Europa Universalis and Crusader Kings are bigger, because the last 2 games just sold like hotcakes. But of course, it's the World War II strategy game, and I think Mike has more details on what they're mixing up there. What's new?
There's very little detail out there at the moment, but what I will say is, given, like you say, Crusader Kings and Europa Universalis have really blossomed of late. You know, I think there's going to be a lot of interest to see what they do with Hearts of Iron, because I think they've really nailed that formula now. Yes, it's very complicated. Yes, there's a lot going on, but it also, both games make sense once you've kind of picked apart the complicated facade, if you will. And I think there's going to be a lot of interest to see if they can kind of rub some of that magic into Hearts of Iron 4 that they've been able to bring into Crusader Kings and Europa. And if they do, then they could bring Hearts of Iron up to the same level as Crusader Kings and Europa Universalis.
Let's get the trailer for Hearts of Iron back. This is the Runemaster trailer again. But it's not a lot that they do show in the trailer. It's basically stock footage, and then... But the tagline is the definitive World War II game. True to part, Paradox with big claims, but I mean, so far with the Europa games, the Europa games, they've kind of...
I think Hearts of Iron 4 is scheduled for 2015 or something, so still very early days. And of course, it's not long ago that they released Europa Universalis 4, so they're gonna take their time with that. I have no idea when Runemaster is coming. Actually,
I mean, the history of Paradox, they've often announced titles maybe a little bit too early into development that then didn't go anywhere. But recent years, they have been waiting until they have some sort of, basic gameplay or something.
I think the dev studio is probably the most stable part of the whole company. So when they say something, it's like they I think they're more sort of know when something is going to be ready and not, and they're going to take their time and make sure that they don't release, because they've also been known to release unfinished games. So Hearts of Iron is something that I'm sure that they already have probably up and running, and now they're going to take the time that remains to sort of make sure that all the system works together.
All right, it's 5 o'clock, so it's actually Call of Duty time. Just before we do that, I want to cut to a new story that is very sad to me. I think I need to mention the story that Disney has finally totally abandoned the game that I was dying to play, looking so much forward to, Star Wars 1313. We saw it at E3 a couple of years ago. They don't have the trademark anymore now. What it says in the news story that Mike wrote, because no statement of use or extension request timely filed after notice of allowance was issued, they don't have it anymore. Yeah. So first Disney buys buys Star Wars and LucasArts, closes down LucasArts, and now it's the final nail in the coffin for that game that we saw with a nameless protagonist that later came out was going to be Boba Fett. I think was going to be the game that a lot of like older Star Wars fans was kind of more
older fans of the Star Wars games.
Yeah, but also I think fans of the old trilogy. It's more in tie with that than the prequels. I think it sounds like a lot of fans love the old films, hate the prequels, and this would maybe be a game for them that's a little bit more darker. So I think.
I don't know if it's the final nail on the coffin more than the final letter on the gravestone in this case, because I mean we all know that the game was dead and done. It was dead and done a long time ago, and the trademark running out is just it's just ice. I mean it's just something that happens naturally. This game at where Disney is with Star Wars. They were not going to put money into something like this. It's not their plan. It's not in their plans.
Real shame, but rest in peace.
Yes. Yeah. Let's hope for episode 7 to not suck.
Well, they recently announced Carrie confirmed on Twitter that she and Harrison Ford.
Have they?
Twitter
confirmed.
So Twitter confirmed. Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher are in the next episode.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see how this all plays out. I hope they're going to make some sort of more dark game like this. Let's hope.
I hope you don't hold your breath, because I like having you here.
Well, it's just, I think there's all these rumors about a Boba Fett film as well, if that does well. And if some of those, if they try, it's Disney, they're probably not going to try much. But we'll...
I wouldn't mind seeing the Dead Space team do
just a darker,
Star Wars.
Like they're gonna do a canon normal like episode film every 3 years is what I hear, and then in between gonna do like spin-offs and stuff. And if one of those is gonna be a darker bounty hunter, anything that's a little bit more like Dead Space as well, if that does well, maybe we'll get a movie tie-in game. Maybe we'll get something that could be more of this. That could, I mean, I think that could be really great.
Yep. And I think I just heard the entire internet agreeing with you, but I don't think Disney's listening.
With this, I don't actually care. I just want it.
Yep.
Give it to me now.
So, but yes.
Yeah. Call of Duty time. Bengt and Mike, thanks for joining us. Have a nice weekend.
Yes, thank you. And hopefully we'll see you both next week as well.
Yes.
For more news. Later.
All right, and if you have joined the stream because you wanted to play Call of Duty, now is the time.
Yes, finally.
Boot up your PS3, add GR Friday Nights on PSN if you haven't already, and let's just switch the TV to some Call of Duty so we can get into this. I think I'm going to do a warm-up round just like last time. We have an hour.
Yeah.
We're going to play 3 rounds of free-for-all again. Again, you can win something that's just off camera. SteelSeries Siberia headset.
I'll get it.
That is the prize. We'll play 3 rounds of free-for-all, and the number 1 player will win it, unless it's me or someone who's
ready with the
hip-hop
cam? Hip-hop cam, go! Bam!
Can we get some Call of Duty on my TV?
Solfin, pull out the HDMI from the TV and jiggle it in again.
So,
there we go.
yay! Call of Duty time. All right, so...
and now, of course, it should be mentioned that you are playing here on the PS3. So
Yes.
all of you at home with the PS3 and Call of Duty Ghosts, join up right now. Kick Nick's ass, win the headset.
There's still room on the friends list.
Yes.
I see some people online, some people already.
But of course, here you are on home turf, because you play on the PS3.
That is correct.
So
Although I will still say I can't hear shit. I have blinded my eyes with these slides.
Yeah, winch.
But I will still kick your ass.
I've brought some fantastic Icelandic candy.
All right.
And a Red Bull.
All right.
I'm ready to be entertained.
All
Nick,
right, let's do this.
go for it.
Here. As I said, I'm gonna do a warm-up round. Not that I'm gonna do any better, but well, let's hope so. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah. So have you decided which sort of maps and stuff we're going to be playing
We'll see about maps. I think actually it'll be good that you kind of have an influence that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but we're going to play free fall. I think that's a good way of deciding one winner. It's just everybody against each other. There's no. It could be fun to play some more competitive things. We might do that in future Friday nights. But there's also something about if it's just one winner. It's not a benefit to be on a team that has the better players and you'll have an easier time. There's none of that. This is just. You're on your own.
Yeah, pass me the Mac so I can follow the chat.
Yes.
Which reminds me, join the chat. And I will write stuff at your face.
Should I save the excuses for after, or do you want them now?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, if you bring up all the excuses now, and then you dominate, that will make it even better.
Will it?
Or it will make you sound like a wimp.
Okay, I don't know.
I decided to go for a lesser insult there.
All right, so we're playing Sovereign. That's actually one of the maps we talked about playing last time, because it is one of the smaller maps. One of the maps that's also being played in the competitive circuit, which I hope we're gonna... Oh, my shot is off. Did get first blood. Good start. Oh.
Oh, who do we actually have here? I'm wondering if Bodhi Samsa has joined. He's always active in the chat and always wanting us to play on PS3.
Oh yeah, so he should not.
If he's not here, I'm not going to listen to anything else he says in the chat.
All right, let's see here.
Again, we're playing a warm-up round of Call of Duty Ghosts, and you can win a SteelSeries Siberia V2 headset. Right there.
I will still say another thing. We still, even though we haven't been... Oh, I got shot in the back. Even though we haven't been playing Clan Wars, we might get into that eventually. Either way, I would love if you joined the Game Reactor clan.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll play something off stream or something, or just help us level up the clan. Because that would be awesome.
Absolutely.
I would love to see the Game Reactor clan somewhere on the leaderboard, up high. Maybe not... I think it's going to be tough getting that #1 spot, but last time I checked, it was still Infinity Ward who was on that, and oh.
But is the Infinity Ward clan only actual devs, or do they?
I don't know. That's
invite a couple of pro players to kind of.
No, I don't. They were actually beating the pro players. I mean. The thing is, you don't have like an Optic or Envy or Complexity team where it's just like the 4 best players in the world. I think the clans are actually on there, or they might have some pro players, or not like the very best, or only them.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of players, and see, this is the thing with this game is the maps are a little bit too big. I think, especially for freefall, which is why I usually pick the same 1 or 2 maps for freefall, because. Oh, I'm getting shot in the back as well. Because the maps are simply too big. Maybe I should go for a silence weapon as well. Oh. Oh, that was nice. I think I'm gonna go with the silence. Oh, that was the wrong one.
Lasse and Solfin, let me know if me chewing the candy is too loud. then I have to weigh up the options of having deliciousness or annoying people.
When playing freefall, you know, there's these operations, it's called in Call of Duty now, where you can do things and get extra points and stuff. Yeah. And one of them is win in freefall, and there you actually need to be just number 3.
Wait, what did you say that was?
Operations?
Operations, okay.
Yeah, okay. So you level up like you normally do, but oh, goddamn dog. You can choose 5 operations that are active, and if you complete those, could be winning in free fall. The lowest one of those is win 5 free fall matches. Yep. You get some extra of the squad points that you need to buy things.
Yeah. Okay.
And there you actually only need to be top 3 to win free for all.
And then you still have field orders within operations.
Yeah, that's just in the maps. We can pick that up. That only gives you something in the map.
Ah, okay, okay.
So that's something separate. But and my whole point was, I consider myself winning now as I'm in top 3, even though I'm 8 and 11 and getting destroyed by a helicopter. I actually thought this map was very bad to have those like air support kill streaks, because it looks like it's like, oh.
Yeah, because there's roof everywhere.
Yeah. But apparently it can shoot through. Oh, god damn.
Call of Doggy.
I actually bought that skin. They just released, I guess it's some weeks ago now, the skin that you can turn your dog into a wolf.
Oh yeah.
I'm just getting destroyed now.
I mean, for me, that's almost in the same ballpark as Horse Armor DLC.
What is Horse Armor?
That's Elder Scrolls.
Okay, I didn't play those.
It's one of the most famous examples of rubbish DLC that was too expensive.
Okay.
Where finally they came out with some DLC for Elder Scrolls, and it was, you know, armor for your horse.
That you had to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
Okay, great. You can have your German Shepherd look like a wolf.
The thing is, I actually really like that, and I normally wouldn't have bought that, and I don't know why I actually did. But it's just like, you don't need it. It doesn't change any gameplay. It doesn't ruin the balance. If people want to buy stuff, let them buy it. I mean, in Black Ops 2, they really started pushing the different camo skins and stuff, and I didn't really buy any of that. Yeah. And then if people want to spend that money, good, and it's a way of supporting the devs and getting them more money. And if you don't think it's worth it, then don't buy it.
No,
you know?
Absolutely, of course, that's the main point.
It shouldn't be that's the DLC they make, and that means they're not making other stuff for you. Then I would be annoyed. So
sure.
If the Elder Scrolls team is like, oh, we're not going to work on like any proper DLC because
we were going to do a 2-hour story mission.
Yeah, but we'd rather just do some.
We really
skins.
got stuck in the details of this horse armor.
All right, let's see here.
But yeah, okay, you're top 4 now, meaning 4th place.
Yeah, but I'm going to get this guy.
I don't think so.
Oh, god damn it. Let's see here how I'm doing. And I'm a little bit away from 3. But I'm doing pretty bad now, so that's I should be lower. Mine up there.
Oh,
shouldn't reload. I'm still very.
Yeah,
open
you always
to
reload in the doorway.
All right, come here, friend.
He's gonna run around. No, there he is.
Got you.
Noob mistake. You got kneecapped, bro.
Oh shit. Is that guy up there? Oh, there he was. I feel like mixing this up a little bit.
So you're in Swag 7. Was the leader there?
Yeah. Oh. What a way to go. IMS, kill cam. All right, let's see.
And of course, that was a warm-up round, as we said before we started.
Feels so warm now.
Yeah. Your thumbs are good to go.
Yeah.
Trigger fingers on the ready.
So let's see if people are online. I'll just leave the lobby and go into private match. See who's online.
So boot up your PS3s, join it right now for a chance to win one of these headsets. hip hop cam. Get it, get it, get it. There we go. Just look at that distortion. So that'll play sounds into your skull.
And I'm just gonna invite everyone, and then it's. I'm gonna lean forward when I play.
You know he's gonna lean forward when he starts.
You're welcome to do that. Can't invite that guy. Okay, so the rest is offline. Let's see. We have a couple of people here.
Yep.
Game setup. Let's see. I think we should start out in Strike Zone. Smallest map.
Yep.
I think it's the best for free fall, and then we'll see about the other ones afterwards. We're gonna play some free fall.
And now you can enable COD esports rules.
Yeah, but you can't do that for free fall. That's actually really cool they've made that. And there are rumors, or I've heard from reliable sources, that we're gonna get the theater mode, we're gonna get the card casting mode soon.
Yeah. Crossing fingers.
So they are looking into that at least. But yeah, so if you play one of the 3 game types, they're gonna play at tournaments and at COD Championship in LA in March, which is Domination, Blitz, which is the new version of Capture the Flag, and Search and Destroy.
Okay.
Then you can enable it, and it'll ban the weapons that you normally can't use and all that stuff.
Okay.
Let's just see here that I have. Should I just trust myself enough for this?
Yeah. You already set that up. You got it. And of course, this is us starting up the second season of GR Friday Nights. We're starting it off on the PS3. We're going to be playing it on all platforms. And the prices still haven't quite been decided yet.
Well, we're giving out headsets today, but we hope to have more and bigger stuff later. I think I'm just going to start this now. We have some people in there, and they'll be able to join more later. So, get this going.
Free for all. So
So
this is a baseball court that is under threat of an airstrike. So that's the dynamic event. Right.
I actually don't even know if it's a baseball. That sounds very possible. But yeah.
Did I just out knowledge?
This is the thing. I actually don't know where. I haven't thought about where the maps actually are or what it is. This is like that's the map I played. This is actually the one map that is basically a complete copy of a Modern Warfare 2 map.
Okay.
I've seen people do like walkthroughs where they walk around a circle and then they do the same in the other map. You can totally see like in this map it might be a container, in the old one it was like a truck or something. But
so it's kind of reskinned
completely. Which I think I don't really mind. I mean, if it's a good map, it's a good map. And they took one of the, I think it's Dome from Modern Warfare 2, which is one of the better maps. So yeah. And I can see people say stuff, and I can kind of hear it, but I can't hear what you're saying. So we'll see. So there's no point. I think my #1 skill is getting first blood.
Yeah.
Too bad that doesn't win me tournaments or anything. Oh, hello.
And of course, for those of you wondering what happens if Nick is in first place, don't worry about it. It's not going to happen. If a miracle happens and he's in first place, well, then the second place gets the headset.
I did actually do it 1 week, I will say.
Yeah, I must not have been here. Okay.
Reload.
At least you weren't in the doorway.
I went too hard for that suitcase.
Yeah.
Reload again too soon. Oh.
Should a 360 no scope?
Working on it. Okay, I'm gonna go for this now. See, there's a guy up here. Too slow.
Yeah, he saw you too.
Yeah, I'm too slow.
Just throw wild grenades.
I hate that.
That was an EMP. Deactivating the mini map.
I hate that. Did someone just get a squad mate? That's the most annoying thing ever.
What?
One of the support kill streaks you can get is called a squad mate, where you basically get like an AI soldier in to help you.
Okay.
And that is just ridiculous.
Ridiculous because the AI is overpowered?
No,
or
it's just because it's such a weird thing that totally, I think, really ruins the gameplay, actually.
Yeah.
And that's why it's also banned in tournaments. Because could you see, like, COD champs, final, they're playing best of 11. I think we talked about this last time.
And then he's killed by an AI.
Yeah, with a shield.
True. But, you know, that's the problem with people complain that Call of Duty games are all the same, and then they give you variation, and then you say, oh, that's silly.
But I mean, that's the
But then
thing.
with having esports rules, you get around that.
Yeah. Oh, he was on the other side.
Yep. He was indeed.
Someone is actually on 22 kills now. There's no way I'm winning this.
Hot damn. You're 10 for 10.
I'm doing okay, but these are... Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm not doing okay anymore. I hate the fucking ground jammer. People stealing my kills. I think I'm gonna slow this down a little bit. Do I have a silence weapon? This is almost over.
Yeah.
It's over!
So what, now you switch to a more stealthy
Yeah,
approach.
I feel like one of my problems is that I'm popping up on the minimap. Oh, God damn it.
Was that you that got the...
No.
Did you get the final kill count?
No, that's always the winner. Because he needs to get to 30. See, but that's... Actually, look what happens. He got it with the support squad mate.
Really?
Yeah. I think next time we're going to play with esports rules. Yeah. Like next Friday, we'll see.
I wish so hard that had been you.
And I gotten killed by this.
That would have been epic. Open a GIF.
But can you see, like, it's like a World Cup in football, and then you're like, some fan scores a goal or something, and that's the way it ends? This is ridiculous. All right, guys. How are we doing on time? Should we just jump right into the next one?
So, who was the winner there?
It was Xdappy. So Xdappy, you should send me a message on PSN.
When we're done with the stream, send us a message on PSN.
Yeah,
we'll get back to you Monday. We'll get back to you Monday and get your details and get this headset shipped to your door.
Should we just go through these 3 rounds back to back, or should we give people a little bit of a chance to...
let's see if there's anybody else online.
Let's see here.
I don't see Bodhi Samsa up there, so that's kind of...
Let's see here, invite to game. I think that we're going to do another one now, and then we're going to take a break, and then play the last one at the end. Oh.
Yeah, how many headsets are we giving away today?
We're giving away 3.
3.
So it's 3 rounds of
normally.
free fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So what we should do now is find another map.
Yeah.
So we don't have the free fall map. Is that what it's called?
No. Yeah, we don't have that. We're just playing the vanilla setup. No added DLC.
But that's like you could get that if you
pre-order.
Yeah, something like that.
So let's see. Not Stonehaven.
Flooded, Chasm, Stonehaven. We don't want to play. It's too big. Overlord.
Maybe Warlord. Oh, Overlord. I said. No, I didn't say that, but I meant to say that.
That could be. I think that's a little bit big, actually. I think Sovereign. You saw that. Maybe that's not fun. Then Warhawk could be okay. Siege is big. Stormfront is not good. I think Whiteout is pretty big. Freight is pretty small. Tremor we played last time. Octane we played.
Prison Break. I don't think we've played in a while.
You want to see that?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. That's a little bit bigger as well, but I don't think it's as big as the other one, so that's okay. Any options we should set? 30 points. Should we just go right into it?
And this is going to be a warm up?
No, we're going to jump straight into another one, and then we'll play some warm up, and then do it again. Yeah. So Xdappy, he'll be able to play again, but he won't be able to win.
Exactly.
So he's in here again. Welcome to play, and then yeah.
But this time it's for honor only.
Yes.
The rest of you, of course, are eligible for a... Let's do this one more time. Steel Series.
Bang.
Siberia V2 headset. It plays sounds and it listens to your voice.
And it'll be perfect for winning more headsets if you have Friday night.
Exactly.
Yeah. I really need one actually now. I should have unpacked that one and used it. Let's see.
Loading up free-for-all on Prison Break.
Should be pretty much done now. Yeah. Let's see here.
What are the active skills that you have on this build right here?
Oh, I have so many, but I'm probably running quick draw. I'm playing. I can't. I won't. I'll recommend people never play without focus, which means that you're not flinching when you're being, or flinching less at least when being shot at.
Okay.
I usually play Dead Silence on all my classes as well, which means I'm.
You're not popping up on the minimap.
No, that's
all
just
the time?
that they can't hear me. They can't sound horn me as easily.
Mm.
So like walking around, the sound is really crazy in this game. You can hear anything, and if you have the perk Amplify on, you can hear people who are using Dead Silence anyway.
Mm.
Here it is. Ready up, faster after sprinting, like getting the weapon up. Agility is running faster. Focus, which was the flinching. Dead Silence, I think it was. We'll see the rest next time. Let's see here. There was a guy here. Where did he go? There he is. Getting some auto aim. Oh. Where did he go? There he is.
Nice one.
See, this place I really like hanging out. Oh, got me. Okay, let's see what else do we have. Quick draw, Stalker, and Focus. I don't have Dead Silence. Stalker is when I'm aimed in, I can move faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, Focus. Oh, was there a guy up here? I think I need to change this up.
Go Scout. Sniper.
Should I go Sniper?
Yeah.
You mean I'm not gonna win anyway, so I might as well...
At least get some cool skill shots.
I have my silence pistol.
Shot in the back.
Guy is simply camping in...
Look at him. He's just waiting there.
Yeah, but they're...
Always grenade the tunnel.
Do you really want me to do this?
Yep.
You don't think I'm doing bad enough as it is?
No, I think your problem is that you're letting them get too close to you.
So I should just sit here?
Stay away and snipe them from a distance. True. Climb on the roof.
I should have a Dead Silence class. Oh my god, we're getting a helicopter.
Oh! Come back.
The comeback kid is here. You still want me to do this?
You should have no-scoped. I mean...
I don't know scope. I'm probably better for me as I'm shit at quick scoping, but fucking chopper. It's after me. It's after me.
It is after you.
Yeah, it is. Oh, there's a guy there. Did you see him?
Yep.
I need to go back to this. I mean, it's not really going to change anything, but see, that's the other thing. I hear a lot of people...
Branko in the chat says Nick is on fire now. Nice. Which is weird because I didn't see you get hit by a Molotov cocktail, only a bunch of bullets.
See, that's the other thing I hear people say a lot. You should always have one class that has blind eye.
Yep.
Which means you can't get shot by helicopters. Because now I'm just going to end up getting killed over... Oh, was that a dude? Over and over again.
So close. But still dead.
I'm so slow. 5 and 12. It's pretty impressive. I feel like this is a big map, but I need to mix this up. They're just standing next to each other, not seeing each other at all. Let's see here. This guy over here.
Wasn't he laying down in front of the building? No, that wasn't that guy.
Where did he go? Oh.
Yep, you're just feeding XP
Yeah.
to the other players.
This is
That's what
actually
happened.
incredibly bad.
What was that, a flying bush?
It's like a defense thing that do.
I was being facetious. It's like a drone, right?
Yeah, it's called an owl.
Yeah.
That like can protect you against grenades and shit.
Okay.
God damn it. I'm doing so terribly. How many people are we in this game?
I'm gonna guess 7.
8.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm not last. Whoever is after me in this, I feel for you. Oh no shit.
Can you pick up like that shield that
I could.
but you're not gonna.
Nah. Oh, this guy down there.
Yep.
Oh!
You just died again. In case you didn't notice. Yep.
This is actually this might. I feel like this has actually been my worst game ever. Am I wrong about that?
Nah, I think you're wrong about that. I think that was that Stonehenge level, or whatever, Stonewall.
Stonehaven. Did
Yeah.
we ever play that?
Yeah.
The castle one?
Yeah, that was when you had your epic streak of 0 kills.
Did I? But that was like a public game, right?
Maybe, but you still wound up with a big old donut.
Yeah.
Yep.
I still feel like this is actually pretty fucking bad.
I can't believe I actually let you forget that. You need to bring it up more often.
Let me fucking prone. 28. I'm actually 8th now. 7 and 21. That's pretty fucking terrible.
Not great.
Alright, I need to rush some people. Sixth now. Still doing shit, but I'm moving up. And that was the final kill, he got me. Dabby won again, so Angry Peanut is the winner.
Yep. And I said before, after we finish this stream, after 1800 hours CET, send us a message with your email on PSN, and we'll get back to you Monday with information.
Yes.
And to get your information.
All right. I'm gonna leave the lobby. We're gonna wait a little bit now for the final round. I think we're gonna play one more round of public game. See, I really want to get into this, but we can't do that because we don't have enough people. Let's see if there's something fun here.
Cranked maybe? Or
I actually think one thing that seems to be really big right now is Infected,
okay.
which I'm not good at, but let's actually do that. Let me just set something up because I need to change my... Oh, that's the operations I was talking about.
Yeah, so we're going to play 1 or 2 rounds just for fun.
Yeah.
Before we have the final round with a chance to win a headset.
I actually don't know if our whole setup is open, but if you can join us, you're welcome to try. I don't know if that's...
And if you haven't already, you should add us on PSN, GR Friday nights.
See if there's any new ones.
And of course also on Xbox for future competitions.
Yeah. GR Friday nights for the Call of Duty stuff, Game Rector Live for everything else.
Yep.
So, Infected, probably like it sounds for people who haven't played it, is just a lot of people in a lobby. One person will turn into a affected, and then you need to kill everyone until everyone is infected.
Okay. So when you're killed by an infected, you become affected?
Yes, and it's different every time what weapon you have. I think usually with the infected only have knives, like stab and throwing knives.
Yep.
And then the other people, sometimes you have a shotgun, sometimes you have an assault rifle. And then you usually have a mine of some sort.
Okay.
So yeah.
So these are your
That's the
categories
ones I'm
for the
going
operation.
So I'm going for this one here, but I can choose one of these. I could also say, let's do the takedown one. So I'm using dead silence a lot, so that makes sense to have that. I've been playing free fall, so you can also choose win 10 games and kill confirm. That's how you also unlock the badges. There's other ones as well, like rescue people, recover 10 allied dog tags in search and rescue. So, and we get freight.
Mm-hmm. And as an infected, you can choose where you spawn.
Yes, because you have tactical insertion. So you throw that down, but that takes time to throw down as well. And as an enemy, if you're near one, you can hear it as well. I of course can't, but because we don't have sound.
But you can also shoot it. And,
just like when you use it in normal play. And I just needed to change my... Because of course knifing is very important in this, so I moved away from doing tactical.
Away from tactical. Yeah.
All right, so here's what you have. Silenced. I think it's silenced shotgun. Lethal is the mine sort of thing, and then a tactical grenade is looks like a concussion of some sort. Maybe a flashbang. I think it's a concussion. Yeah. No, it's not silenced. Or is it silenced? So see, when the countdown is done, then someone will be
become
chosen
infected.
Yeah, and then we'll have to see.
Does it also change your? I mean, you only get a knife, but does it change any of your abilities? Like, are you faster?
I think you're faster, actually.
Okay.
I don't remember. I haven't played this in a while, but I just noticed a lot of people were playing this in streams and stuff.
What a coinkydink. We're also playing it on a stream.
Yeah. So far I'm doing pretty well. Everybody is on the other side of the map. I don't know. Should I play to win or should I
play to win?
Because then you can tease me a little bit afterwards when I don't.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck everyone else. You gotta survive.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking this is kind of boring, isn't it?
Nah. Just be ready to shoot somebody in the face.
Oh, I saw a guy down there.
Yeah, you can't quite be called a camper, because you are running around, but
also, I mean,
it's a gray area.
But that's the thing. Should I like try to find some enemies?
Let him choose. You choose where you confront them.
If it's not silenced, at least I've popped up on their radar now. Weird I couldn't shoot that...
The chain off?
Yeah. I see guys over there.
Fuck it, go for it, rush in. Yeah, they're definitely faster when you're infected.
Yup.
Got an assist for that. And he's setting up a throwing knife.
God damn it!
Should have stayed in your corner.
I was shit with that. So this is how it looks when you're infected.
Yeah.
And I have the tactical insertion.
Yeah, way faster. Mm-hmm. So you have a knife and a throwing knife.
Yeah. Oh, there was a guy up here. There usually is. So see, this is where people are camping.
Yeah. So let it rain with the throwing knife.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, they have shotguns. So, but I think they're in pretty good position up there.
Yeah, but I mean, you know where they are. They're out in the open. So just hit him with a. What is that?
That's the tactical insertion.
Ah, okay.
Are they still up there?
Yeah. 2 or 3 up there. Oh, didn't get him. You only have 1 throwing knife or what?
Yeah, and you can pick it up.
Hoe kan jij dat raak gooien, jongen?
God damn it.
Yeah, really.
Een keertje.
See, this is why I usually don't play this game. This mode. Because it ends up people camping in a corner.
Yeah, we're usually with other weapons you could take him out easily.
Yeah. Or it wouldn't matter. I wouldn't need to take them out.
Yeah.
Ja, wat ik dan? Ik ga 2 om 1. Alsof mijn KD...
Did survive for a long time, but see, you don't really get anything out of that.
We got about 19 minutes left.
Okay, let's
the
do
stream.
1 round of something else, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty. Let's do...
so we still have 1 round left for
right,
a chance to win a headset.
Actually, I think we should play one of the competitive modes.
Yep.
Or let's play one of the new ones. There's Blitz, that's the new capture the flag. There's Cranked. Where you get cranked.
We've played that on the stream quite a few times, but Search and Rescue I don't think we've done it
That's the new version of Search and Destroy. You want to play that?
Yep. Give it a go.
Let's see. It's a little bit slower paced, but it might be fun. So it's Search and Destroy, old Counter-Strike sort of thing with the bomb, but you drop a dog tag when you die, and then if your teammate picks it up, you spawn again. Normally you only have 1 life, you know, per round in Search and Destroy, and if the enemy picks up your tag, you're dead.
Okay. So it's kind of like kill confirmed.
Combined with Search and Destroy, yeah. Which I actually really like it. They didn't like it for competitive, so they're still playing their old versions, Search and Destroy. It's going to be interesting to see how this whole thing evolves throughout the year for competitive. Now we of course have COD champs coming up. Alright, let's see. The score is 2-1.
So do you get a random loadout as well? Or?
No. You pick your own one.
Okay.
Oh, try to be sneaky there. So I'm on the winning team. We're up 3-1.
Did you manage to kill somebody?
No, because I haven't spawned yet. I'm spawning next round.
Oh, okay. I thought that was you.
No.
Playing. Which is why I was like, why do you have a shield and double?
I've never seen Nick do this. No.
Okay.
You spawn in one corner, the other team in the other.
Now you're playing.
Yeah, now I'm playing. I'm on like a shield team. What the fudge?
Yeah. So stay behind them.
No, dude. I'm gonna sneak around here. There's a guy here. Do you see it?
Yep.
Oh, I'm not on tactical. I'm gonna die now. Oh, got the sneaky first blood. People are like, what's going on? It's just because he had to change his settings.
Denied kill.
Yeah, see, that's the shitty thing.
Yeah.
But see, now I'm running the perk that shows me where people throw down their fucking bombs, so I've seen where it is.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be up there. I'm gonna try to sneak around. Another one there? What the
He knows what he's doing.
Well, he thinks he knows what he's doing. He's up there in the corner. He's looking down now.
Now he's looking out.
Did you just see that as a guy as well?
Yep.
As a fucking plant?
When it didn't die, I got suspicious.
I was like, didn't it look like a ghillie suit or whatever it's called?
A little bit.
I was sure it was a dude. What the fuck? Oh, we're winning now. They put down a sentry and everything. We're 4-1. I think we're playing it till 4 when it's not competitive. That's funny that they were just rocking shields, all of them.
Yeah.
But in competitive, you usually play first to 6 instead to have it more evened out.
Yeah.
So it's, you're safer that it's the correct winner.
And of course, that was a bit fast because we spawned into the middle of.
Yeah, but I don't think we have time to play another one. Actually,
no, we have 15 minutes.
Yeah, so let's jump into a private match and invite people.
Gonna start a competitive match now for a chance for people to win a. Let's do this one more time.
And Angry Peanut won the last one, right?
This very copy of a SteelSeries Siberia V2 headset.
So I'm not gonna invite the 2 people that won.
No.
But I'm going to invite everyone else. Let's see. Yeah. What else? Yeah, I hope we get to cover the whole COD Championship as well. There's been a lot of things going on in competitive recently, which has been pretty crazy. I really started following it last year.
Yeah.
And it's been fun to see the most popular team in the world, which is also the one that I'm following. You should think about the map now, actually. Optic has had, I think, more roster changes the last 2 months than they've had ever in the last, like, 8 years or 10 years, how long they've been.
Okay.
People have left and come back within, like, a week, and it's such a weird thing. But it's going to be interesting to see how that works out, because there's always the thing...
Sounds very professional.
Well, yeah, that's the thing when it's young people playing, but... You have like one of the big, I think the best player in the world, move from Optic to the other most popular team, Envy, and then moving back the week after. So like, is there a little grudge thing there now? Like Complexity, who won like all the tournaments last year, have been.
I wonder if we'll actually see cameras down on the floor this year.
Yeah.
Since they revoked
after
our privileges.
Yeah.
To be on the floor last year after...
There's actually, I don't know if it's a channel, but there's a guy who just does videos of that stuff, of like the yelling and stuff, and it's not like just shitty, it's actually really well done videos that shows like the emotion. It's really awesome. Yeah. So what do you think?
Not Octane, not Tremor.
We'll play Prison Break. Afraid we could do. Whiteout is too big. Stormfront is not good. Siege is too big. Warhawk we could play.
Yeah, Warhawk.
Are we just going to be 3 people?
I think we're listening to a murder in the background. Although
was that I heard my name. I don't know if that's if it's just because I've gotten an ego now, or if you then say murder, then I'm getting nervous.
Maybe threatening murder or promising.
Let's see here. Invite everyone. We have a pretty good chance of winning a headset if we're 2 people.
This is a little bit too.
Let's see here.
Wait, put it back on the hip hop cam. Nothing is happening. Fuck it.
I'm gonna do this over. Underbarrel, yeah, and red dot. And
as always, setting up your loadout.
Yeah, and I apparently hadn't done that proper. That's gonna be my excuse.
Yeah, wonder what you're gonna choose.
Will you sit rep? Should I have one with blind eye now?
That's what they say you should do on the internet, right?
Is it? Yeah.
I don't know. I heard it from a 4th party. You, 5 minutes ago.
True. I'm gonna go agility and reload on the go. All right.
Yep. I approve.
And I'm gonna do ICU, Stalker, Hipfire, Scavenger, Blind Eye, no. Marathon, Sid Rep. Alright, I think this is good enough. I'm just gonna start it and then we'll see if people join.
Yep. I mean, it's just a bigger chance for
these
guys to win a headset.
All right. My moment of redemption is coming up.
It's at hand.
What?
Your moment of redemption is at hand.
Yes. My chance of redemption.
Although I'm pretty sure it's gonna be slapped away.
I have also, there's a better chance of winning a headset. There's also a better chance for me. You know what? I think I'm gonna be in the top 3 this time. If I end up
please somebody jump into the game.
Yeah,
just so he can be in first place.
I sent out invites to everyone twice, and so use the second one. And I've opened it up for people to join late. So,
yeah.
Let's do this. Let's go, lads.
Let's do it.
Vamos.
And this is a free-for-all, right?
Correct.
Yes. And for those of you watching that don't have a PS3 but really would love to play for some prizes, it might be something bigger than even bigger than a headset next week.
First blood.
We're still in talks with Activision about just what we're going to be able to give away.
Yeah. Well, we really want to send me to LA, right? That's like what we really want.
Yes. Yes. A week of peace and quiet in the office would be phenomenal.
I'm actually a little bit disappointed because I asked Sulfin today if he had missed me because I've been away, and he was like, "No, it was nice and quiet when you weren't here."
Yes. Which is a rephrasing of what I just said.
Yeah,
so
I'm just saying
now you have 2 data points.
Oh.
But I was trying to get through this. For those of you playing on other platforms but still have Call of Duty Ghosts and want to win some nice swag, go to facebook.com/grfridaynights for all our, that's where we announce everything, the platforms, the prices, the times and everything. We're going to be playing every 2 weeks, so not next Friday, but the Friday after. Not sure which platform it's going to be on. I'm still going to be trying to get it on PC because, for obvious reasons. What are you doing, Nick? Kill somebody.
I actually did. I'm actually number 1. I only got killed by a fucking mine.
Oh, you have 3 kills, so you killed everybody once.
No, I think I killed the same guy twice. But I'm doing okay. Ran into a mine, which was kind of sucky. But other than that, I'm doing okay, I think. Jesus Christ. Sneaky bitches.
I'm just opening up here our schedule for the live streams so we can take a little look at what we're going to be doing next week. Because of course, as you know, we stream every day from 16 to 1800 hours CET. And what we're going to be doing next week, not everything is locked down as of yet, but the plan is to play Tomb Raider, the definitive edition.
On PS4. I've been promised to get it. I have not received it yet, so that's what we're waiting on.
Yeah, Mr. Postman.
Yes.
Let's hope he'll bring it in over the weekend. Then we're going to be taking a look at Killzone Shadowfall, also of course on the PS.
We've had our intern play more of the campaign, so we can play a little bit later in the game.
Yeah, a little bit of the campaign, but I think we would like to focus on the multiplayer, since that is what I would consider the better part of the game. Having not played it too much, though. Then on Wednesday, the plan is to play...
Look at me going clutch here.
I'm talking here.
3 and 11. Hey, let me enjoy the moment.
No. We only focus on you playing when you're doing badly. When you're doing well, I talk. So, on Wednesday next week, we're going to be playing Strike Vector, which is a game that I think is very exciting. It's in beta on Steam.
Tuesday's not locked in at all, right?
That was Killzone Shadowfall.
Okay.
That's still kind of loose. I hope we can actually... I was going to try to get Hearthstone in there.
Yeah.
But we'll announce that Monday. So Wednesday is Strike Vector with me and Rasmus. I'm in talks with the developers about getting them on a Google Hangout, have a little interview on the game, and then setting up a lobby where we will show them how to play their own game. I say very cockily, but it's probably going to be a slaughter on their behalf. Thursday is Max, The Curse of Brotherhood.
Yes, and I've actually just
Xbox One.
got a confirmation email from the developers today that they're good to join us in the studio.
Yeah, so they're going to be here in the studio. Thomas is gonna talk to them.
I'm just going on
play
a
the game.
freaking rampage. I like this.
Yep. Of course, Max: The Curse of the Brotherhood is a game made here in Denmark, so that's what we like to support. Local devs. Friday is going to be news and games to look for in February, where we're going to take a look at the games coming out in February and what you should be shelling out your hard-earned cash for. And then moving on, next card game we're going to try to get on. We're going to, later on in February, of course, we're going to play The Last of Us Left Behind DLC.
Yes.
Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is going to be on at some point. Basically, all the hardest games that we can get our hands on, as soon as we can get our hands on them.
And we're still open to suggestions, of course.
Obviously. I still want to go back and play.
No! I was on a 10 kill streak.
Yeah, play, for example, Quake or something, set up, or Killing Floor with all of you lovely viewers out there that have those games. And me and Thomas are going to try to sneak in all the indie PC goodness that we can. But right now, we are playing, of course, Call of Duty Ghosts here on GR Friday nights, where Nick actually is doing pretty well. But he can win a headset, only the other players can. Can you see who's second place right now?
Dude, don't ruin this.
No, press the buttons. S61500 is trailing you.
He's the only other guy.
Slightly over half your points, with 450 against your 800.
Oh, don't shoot me. Payback.
And how much? It's a race. It's a race to 30.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or the time.
Or the time, which is 4 minutes.
4 minutes left. We played 10 minutes, so we're a little over halfway.
Yeah.
Oh, my shot is off. That was terrible.
Tisk tisk. Credit where credit is due. You are doing fairly well right now.
I'm doing okay. I'm gonna pick
up a weapon.
See if I can get his
the field order.
Yeah, which is usually what fucks it up for me, because I shouldn't go for that shit. Was there a guy up here?
Come on, one more kill for the field order. And everybody disappears.
And this is where you really need to stay patient.
Nobody on the minimap.
I saw some guy shooting there, but I don't want to jump into that. Got impatient.
Field orders failed. Up to 22 kills. Let's check out the chat again. You took out him and the soda machine. Of course, you have to look out for the helicopter above you. You have blind eye on?
No.
No.
That's why I was running so close to the building. There's a guy here somewhere. Is he underneath me? Oh, that was terrible.
Not fast enough. On the draw. Left. Oh, you ran past him.
Oh, now he's got that sniper fucking kill streak. So what happens to the kill streak he has on now is that he gets picked up by a helicopter and has a sniper and can control himself. I thought it was the one that just flies around and shoots automatically. And then when it's done, the helicopter puts him down on the street again.
Okay.
Shot from behind.
Stuck here on 23 kills.
So a guy's actually catching up now.
Yep.
Do you see that guy? I'm gonna be stupid and run in the middle of the map now and take a chance. And run into a grenade. All right. Do you want to run down again exactly how people get their prizes?
Yes. For those of you that have been playing and won, after we finish here, send us a message on PSN with your email, and then on Monday our head of human resources and legal matters will get back to you and coax your address out of you, so he can send you one of these very nice Steel Series. Hey, Bobcat, do the. One of these, yes. One of the Steel Series Siberia V2 cross-platform headsets, which we've been giving out a lot of these. So everybody should be hearing their games quite well. And ran out of time. So S61500, send us a message on PSN and we'll get back to you by Monday.
Shoot him in the knee.
Yeah, kneecap him.
Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we're out of time. We hit the mark.
For watching. Yeah, we'll be back next week, as Story said, with hopefully Tomb Raider on Monday. But either way, it's every day, 4 till 6, Central European time.
Game Reactor Live.
Yes. And with that, that's it for us. Have a nice weekend.
See you on the flip side.